There comes a moment in every spiritually aware soul's journey where the desire for connection moves far beyond the surface, beyond ordinary relationships, beyond fleeting romance. Deep within your heart, you feel a pull that words can't define, a sacred longing for union that is not only emotional, but cosmic, spiritual, and eternal. This is the path of the twin flame, a divine connection that transcends time and space, and yet one that also yearns to be grounded, felt, and experienced fully in the physical realm. To manifest this union in the 3D, especially if you identify with the divine feminine energy, is not about chasing or waiting. It is about awakening. It is about returning to your essence, stepping into your power, and magnetizing that which already belongs to your soul. In this narration, I want to walk with you gently but powerfully through the stages of activating your divine feminine essence, aligning with the frequency of union, and allowing this sacred bond to anchor into your everyday reality. This isn't about controlling the journey. It's about becoming the energy of love so fully that the only natural outcome is physical reunion. Today, we'll reveal how to tap into this sacred power and manifest union with your divine masculine in a way that honors your truth, your soul, and your heart. Let's start. Number 1, reclaiming your divine feminine essence. At the very beginning of this path lies the invitation to truly remember who you are, not who the world told you to be, not who you had to become to survive, but who you are at your deepest core. The divine feminine is not weak, passive, or submissive. She is not just about softness or emotion. She is the living embodiment of creation, intuition, deep knowing, nurturing power, magnetic radiance, and sacred stillness. Reclaiming your divine feminine essence means stepping out of the roles and masks you've been taught to wear. It means no longer identifying yourself based on external validation, past wounds, or fear-based beliefs. This energy is ancient, wise, and potent. She lives in your breath, your body, your womb, your voice, your intuition. To truly reclaim her, you must allow yourself to feel again. Feel deeply. Feel your joy, your sadness, your anger, your desires, all of it. This process begins with grounding yourself back into your body. The body is the temple of the divine feminine. It holds your wisdom. It carries your truth. Practices like mindful movement, sensual dance, womb healing, and daily moments of stillness help you reconnect with this sacred part of you. Start by observing how often you're in your mind, analyzing, overthinking, or trying to control. Then gently bring your awareness back to your body. Breathe, feel, listen. The more you do this, the more you will begin to experience your power not as something external, but as a presence that lives inside you. This essence also thrives in surrender, not in the sense of giving up, but in trusting the divine flow of life. When you're connected to your feminine energy, you know that you don't have to force or chase what is meant for you. You trust your magnetism. You trust that by simply being who you truly are, everything that belongs to you will find you, including your twin flame. This shift changes everything. You begin to radiate differently. You begin to attract from a place of fullness, not lack. You stop searching and start embodying. That is the frequency of union. And your divine masculine will be drawn to it, not because you're calling him out loud, but because your very essence is calling him home. Number 2, healing the inner feminine wounds. Many of the blocks that keep union from anchoring in the 3D come from deep, unhealed wounds within the inner feminine. These are not superficial issues, and they don't stem from one particular event. They're layered, sometimes ancestral, often karmic. They stem from lifetimes of suppression, heartbreak, abandonment, betrayal, and powerlessness. When these wounds remain unhealed, they distort the divine feminine energy into fear, control, insecurity, and codependency. To truly manifest physical union, these shadows must be brought to light, not to be judged or shamed, but to be seen, honored, and finally released. Healing the inner feminine is about reparenting yourself. It's about meeting those younger parts of you that never felt loved, safe, or enough. It's about showing your inner girl that she is protected now, that she doesn't have to chase love, earn it, or prove her worth. This healing is tender and deeply transformative. It often begins with facing your relationship with yourself. How do you speak to yourself? Are you compassionate, or do you criticize your every move? Do you abandon your own needs to please others? Do you find yourself obsessing over your twin flame, losing your center in the process? These patterns are symptoms of the inner feminine wounds calling for attention. Healing also involves setting boundaries, not just with others, but with your own thoughts, your own habits, your own energetic field. You begin to realize that union can only enter when your inner world becomes a safe and sacred place. When you stop leaking your energy, when you stop waiting for someone else to complete you, when you decide that you are whole now, even as you desire union. You can support this process through journaling, inner child work, forgiveness rituals, and connecting with the earth. Nature is a powerful healer for the feminine. It reminds you of your natural rhythm. It teaches you to trust the cycles. And most importantly, it brings you back into harmony with your own inner voice. When these wounds begin to heal, your energy shifts dramatically. You no longer send out a signal of longing or desperation. You begin to emit a frequency of deep self-respect, softness, and openness. That energy is magnetic. That energy pulls your divine masculine closer, not just in spirit, but in tangible, earthly ways. Number 3, anchoring union energy into the physical realm. One of the biggest misunderstandings in the twin flame journey is the belief that union exists only in some higher realm, that it's too sacred to be grounded in daily life. But true union is not meant to stay in the 5D. It is meant to be embodied, lived, and felt in the 3D. It's meant to be a relationship, not just a soul connection. To make this happen, you have to learn how to bring the energy of union into your physical reality. This begins with how you live your life. Are you living in alignment with your soul? Are you honoring your truth in your relationships, your choices, your self-care, your work? You can't manifest a sacred partnership while living a life that's disconnected from who you are. Every part of your day-to-day existence must begin to reflect the energy of love, balance, and authenticity. Visualizing your union is powerful, but embodiment is where manifestation truly happens. Embodiment means asking yourself, how would I think, speak, move, and feel if I were already in union with my divine masculine? And then living from that place. If you would feel peaceful, start cultivating peace within. If you would feel supported, start supporting yourself deeply. If you would feel confident, speak and walk with that confidence now. Union energy must become your default state. Not as a fantasy, but as a reality you align with through your choices. This also involves letting go of timelines, expectations, and comparisons. Your journey is sacred. It unfolds in divine order. There is no need to rush it or measure it against anyone else's path. Trust that the physical union is not something you have to force. It is a natural outcome of alignment. Another powerful way to anchor union energy is through your environment. Cleanse your space. Surround yourself with beauty, softness, and symbols that remind you of your soul's truth. Create rituals that honor your connection, whether it's lighting a candle with intention, writing letters to your twin flame, or simply speaking your desires into the universe with clarity and love. Every time you show up as your highest self, even when it's hard, you strengthen the foundation for physical union. You let the universe know that you are ready, not just in your mind, but in your heart, your body, and your life. Number 4, embracing the power of intuition and surrender. As the divine feminine, your greatest superpower is your intuition. It's your inner compass, your direct connection to the divine. This journey can often feel confusing or filled with mixed signals, but your intuition always knows the way. The problem is, we're often too distracted or anxious to hear it. Your intuition doesn't shout, it whispers. It speaks in feelings, sensations, subtle nudges. It often goes against logic or what seems practical, but it is always aligned with truth. To strengthen this part of you, you must make space for silence. Not just outer silence, but inner stillness. Meditation, time in nature, breath work, and creative expression all help clear the noise so your inner voice can rise. There will be moments when the connection feels distant, when doubt creeps in, when the longing becomes almost unbearable. In those moments, it is your intuition, not your ego, that will guide you back to peace. It will remind you that the journey is not linear, that your twin flame is not gone, that everything is unfolding perfectly, even when it feels messy. But alongside intuition comes surrender, and this is the part that most people resist. Surrender is not giving up. It's not about doing nothing. It's about releasing control while staying deeply rooted in faith. It's about letting the masculine come to you, trusting that your energy is already doing the calling. It's about choosing to believe in the unseen while continuing to build a beautiful life, right here, right now. You cannot hold on tightly and expect something sacred to flow in. You must let go, not of your love, but of your fear. Let go of the need to know how or when. Let go of overchecking signs or obsessing over outcomes. Come back to your center. Your center is where the divine lives, and from that place, you manifest everything. When you are in intuitive alignment and surrender, you stop chasing and start receiving. You stop doubting and start allowing. And this, more than anything else, opens the gateway to 3D union. Number 5, becoming the embodiment of love. At the core of it all, union is not about another person completing you. It's about remembering that you are love itself. The more you embody love, the more love flows toward you, and not just in the form of your twin flame, but in every area of your life. Becoming the embodiment of love doesn't mean being perfect or never having bad days. It means choosing love again and again in your thoughts, your words, your actions. It means showing compassion to yourself when you fall, choosing grace over judgment, softness over resistance. This journey asks you to rise, not through force, but through presence. To live with an open heart even when it hurts. To treat yourself as sacred. To honor your emotions without letting them consume you. To see every challenge as an invitation to go deeper, not further away from union, but closer to your soul. Let your love be your power. Let it move through you, soften you, inspire you. When you become the embodiment of love, you don't have to ask when your divine masculine will return. He will feel you. He will recognize you, not just because of the connection, but because your energy now mirrors the truth of his own soul. That is when union happens. Not because you tried harder, but because you became who you truly are. Union is not just a final destination you reach. It's a continuous unfolding of love. It grows deeper with time, not only between you and your divine masculine, but within yourself. The path teaches you how to feel safe in your own energy, how to listen to your soul, and how to open your heart without fear. That in itself is sacred. You may not always see where the road is leading, but that doesn't mean it isn't moving. Much of this journey happens quietly, beneath the surface, in places the eyes cannot see. But you are growing every day. Your spirit is learning to trust more. Your heart is becoming stronger and softer at the same time. You are becoming someone who can hold divine love without shrinking or doubting. That transformation is powerful. There's something incredibly beautiful about continuing forward, even when things are uncertain. It shows strength, not weakness. It shows devotion to something greater than the physical form. You're walking with faith, with love guiding your steps, even when the outcome hasn't yet taken shape in the physical world. That level of trust becomes your foundation. As you keep moving forward, remember that love never disappears. It changes form, it shifts, it deepens, but it always remains. And because of that, you are never truly disconnected. There is always a quiet thread pulling you back toward what belongs to you. That pull is not just in your heart, it's in the soul of your divine masculine too. Even when you can't see it, he feels it. He is being drawn closer with every choice you make to stay in your light. So let your journey be gentle. Let it be soft, even in the hard moments. You don't have to rush. You don't have to carry it all alone. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to trust. You are allowed to enjoy your life while love finds its way into form. The universe is always moving in your favor, even when it feels still. Above all, keep your heart open. Not in expectation, but in quiet readiness. Be willing to receive. Be willing to be surprised. Be willing to let love come in ways you never imagined. Because often it's not about when or how union happens, but how fully you are able to let it in when it does. This path is not for the faint of heart. It requires depth, honesty, and a level of love that stretches far beyond what most people will ever understand. But you were born for it. And the more you trust yourself, the more you will see. The love you've been searching for has been finding its way back to you all along, and it's closer now than ever before.